Hello all, welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to take you on a tour of my succulent collection from babies propagating to new growths. Through trial and errors, protection of the succulents from the upcoming cold, harsh winter weather, and also whatever plans I have for a more permanent and efficient solution to prepare for the ever-changing weather in the years to come. Being a new succulent aficionado, it is necessary for me to not only get to know the various genus I now own, but also to be able to have as little or no casualties in response to the drastic weather change. Since September, I have been observing the sun's pattern from sun up to sundown and thinking of ways to maximize the exposure of my plants during the day. I will take you on a tour of my garden to show you how I'm preparing my succulents for winter. Today is December 19th, and in a couple of days, the winter season will officially begin here in Napa, California. I hope you can learn a thing or two, so please hit the like or subscribe button or leave me a comment. Some of my succulents need cold protection from 45 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. Some need to be protected from 36 degrees or lower. The freezing temperature here in Napa is 31 degrees Fahrenheit. In order to avoid all the guesswork, however, I began covering my plants with frost cloth when the temperature hit 45 degrees Fahrenheit or lower. The frost cover will keep the temperature underneath 10 degrees higher than the outside temperature. This frost cover comes in a roll. I had to get a bigger roll because I have a lot to protect. It allows airflow and is thin enough to receive sunlight. Visiting my almost winter plants, little babies propagating right here. Look at all these jelly beans or pork and beans right there. Echeveria Debbie that's propagating right now, and they're in this little tiny greenhouse. I'm getting another greenhouse. It's 10 feet by 10 feet, so I'm moving everything out of the way so I can make room for it. But this is what's the most exciting part of this whole thing. Look at this little baby Korean Echeveria agavoides. It had been sitting there, just a leaf, no propagation. I thought it would never ever propagate. It's tiny. She's only like about a half an inch. So I just sprayed a little bit of water, even though it's cold. They still need it no matter. And then these little babies are thriving. So let's see what happens. I don't like the cold weather. Of course, it's getting cold. It's going to be in the high 30s. This one right here, it was just a stem, and now it's producing a lot of plants, but it's still tiny. She's still tiny. Her mama, this is the agavoides Korean. She's filling out the 2-inch pot right now. So by spring, I'll probably be able to move her into a bigger pot, and then her baby can go in her pot. This that I just put in the soil is just one. It still hasn't propagated with a lot, but it's still alive, so I'm good with that. Debbie right here, and she's doing great. In the cold weather, I think they like it. These has produced some roots, so I'm just going to keep it there, but this is one of my fat ones. just pretty. Red Ives, it has produced a whole bunch of roots, and Fred Ives is pretty resilient, so I'm pretty sure that give it a couple more months, it's gonna be there's gonna be a plant there soon. Actually, I might move this because the leaf is so big. I might move that in its own, give it its own pot. Propagated the pink jelly beans and some other patchophytum, patchipithums, and I think this is a tomentosa. So they're thriving. They're still in the incubators. Incubators meaning closed containers. So all they're getting is the climate inside. It's a microclimate inside this container, so that they're protected from this is the black prince. He's doing pretty good, coming up with some stuff there. Created afterglow, so pretty. I'm gonna check to see if I can't see from here because it's too small, but I'm just gonna make sure that that's the little spots, the white spots. Focus. Okay, the little white spots are not mealybugs. I don't think they are, but of course you never know with the mealies. She's gonna be pretty. And here I have the pachipithums. I think this is the moonstone. Not really sure. But here are some more jelly beans. And those jelly beans, they just like propagate like crazy. And these are some of the pachipithums. There's some other stuff there. Vera Higgins, I believe. I have a lot of Veras. And I just, since the soil looks really dry, and since it's going to be in an incubator, so they're going to be fine in there. Not going to be cold because the moistness in there will keep them warm. I have black prince, which is already shooting out roots. There and there and there. So all I have to do is add some more soil on top of their roots so that they can latch on. And some of these are California Sunset. I believe it's this one right here. And some Vera Higgins, again with the Veras. So all I have to do is kind of bury the roots in a little bit of soil. And this soil that I'm using is infused with earworm castings. Just give it a little water to keep it moist. Figure itself out. Okay, this one right here is a nice surprise serendipity. This has a lot of my Echeveria Debbie. Look at all the purple, so cute. So they're thriving. I'm just gonna keep them in here then, since they like it, and give them a little bit of water. And this right here, I don't know what it is, but I think it's gonna be something cool. I should have written down the names also. And I have some jelly beans in there too. The pachipitons, the fat ones, fatty McWutter pants, they're just thriving in here. So I'm just gonna add some casting infused soil. Just to get the castings in there and fertilize it. Looks like they like this. They really like this weather. Nice, rich soil. So I'm not worried about this because this is going to be covered like this, and there's still some sunshine. It's pretty warm inside this greenhouse. So come in here, and there they are. So then I just made, oh, I have some more up here. Let's see what these things are. Kawi right there, and Kalanchoe. I think this is the Kalanchoe incubator right here. But again, there's Vera Higgins. I just don't want to throw them away because they're gonna be plants. Let me throw in some castings. Yeah. Make happy, healthy plants. And finally, I have some more of the, I believe this is the California Sunset. And they're just open, guys. I don't even have a top for this one. But I am going to cover the, I'm just gonna throw some dirt on the leaves to protect the roots and such. It's so exciting, guys, to see like the propagation happening. Go. And just gonna use a little bit of water, and I'm going to close it. So here's the bee-headed ghost plant from the last video, and oh, it's inside. But look, guys, look at the tiny growths already. There's some plant growths right there. Beautiful. They love this weather. So here's another one. Here's another one, and this is where I cut it off. So and then this one's also gonna need some beheading as well. Here's one of my Fred eyes. This is the bigger one. Big. And the little babies growing. Just last week or 2 weeks ago, these are just like little sprouts. And now she's just really good. It's time to make some more foliar spray with the worm castings because I see there's some little insects trying to get onto my plants, and that is a no-no. So I'm going to brew some worm casting tea later on. Look at these jelly beans. Aren't they just so happy? You gotta get all the dead leaves from this tree coming down here. Because that will just invite the vermins, the bad insects coming for my plants. The holy gate is really doing great. I need to repot this because the slip is just falling apart. But I'm starting to believe that echeverias are really not dormant during the cold season, because not only are they making babies, the leaves are just really firm and happy. Let's see, I'm back here. Oops, it's just falling apart. See that beautiful new babies popping up everywhere. Yep. Area yellow humbert was top heavy because this one was holding it down so much, but then these guys right here had balanced it out. They got bigger. And then look guys, I beheaded it, and then I have these little nodules coming out. Little baby plants coming out. Okay, so here I am. It's about probably 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and the sun is about to go around that big tree. So it's gonna get cooler tonight. It's very cold. It's gonna be in 36, which is not very conducive for succulents. So here's my string of pearls all wrapped up, and I have brought under this awning all the plants because I am going to get a big new greenhouse, and it's gonna sit right there. It's 10 by 10, so I cleared that and brought everybody under the awning, under this awning. So they're ready to go. I checked the water level, or the moisture of each and every plant, and made sure that they got just enough to tide them over. Not going to give it too much water, because too much water will probably freeze their roots if I'm not careful. So this one right here is really dry, so I'm just going to give her a little bit. And since the roots are sitting very low, very shallow, that should be enough water for it. But other than that, everybody seems to be happy. So I'm going to show you when I'm done covering them up. This one's not, ooh, this one, look at this one. I thought that was kind of dying, but I guess it's just changing the leaves, shedding the old leaves and getting some new ones, because it's flowered. It bloomed. And just taking out all the nasty little detritus. I don't know why that is. It probably has something to do with being covered so much. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take you and put you inside. Plants that I have that are really fat, that have fat leaves that are very prone to freezing because they're full of water and they're very fat, are all in here, and they're getting at least 12 hours of ultraviolet rays. And then I have some more over here, some Echeverias, and most of my arrangements are also in here, and they're just thriving. They get cold at night. It gets really cold at night, so here's my Pachyphytum fat. I just call it chubby checkers. And all the rest. Here's the ghost plant that I beheaded from that plant I just showed you earlier. That's her right there. And then this one whose leaves started to fall, it's now growing some more tiny plants right there. Here are most of my Echeverias are in here. And this is the little tiny greenhouse. And incubators are also in here. So they should be okay for tonight. There are some of the Echeverias that I'm going to cover. I already have it covered. It's blue out. And when I'm done, I'll show you how they look covered up. Okay, so here they all are, all covered up. I just use those binder clips. It's just so much easier. I don't know what other things I can use for it, but binder clips seem to work perfectly. So there we go. The whole table is covered up, and the wind is whipping really hard today for some reason. And it's gonna get cold tonight. So I did it. And then some more clips. Here they are. The good thing about this is it's breathable. The air still flows through it. And so does the sun. So whatever sun, I can just keep this here for the rest of the winter. And when it gets a little bit warmer, I can also water some more. But usually they're good with the water. It doesn't dry up too quickly because it's cold. And that's it, guys. Here it is. Looks like Halloween.